What's up, guys? Weather Wednesday coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we're going to take a look at one of my favorite champions on my account, Vulkanos Fumor, and I'm just going to show you how I have him built. I use him mostly in arena, and so I'm going to show you my arena build, although many people find him useful for Hydra. You could use him for Spider or Ice Golem because he's got some pretty sick burns. But for me and for a lot of players, his best utility is in arena. So how do I have him built? Well, how do I have him built? Well, personally, I like to build him in stone skin and some damage gear. Now, what worked out for my account is 4 pieces of savage and 4 pieces of stone skin. You can ignore that piece of merciless gear that is actually just an off piece. That's not going to help him out because it only boosts his attack. And guess what? He's a defense-based nuker, so you can ignore that. But if you don't have savage, you could, of course, put him in lethal. You can put him in 4 or 5 pieces of merciless, and that actually would help. Or if you are really concerned with being polymorphed, of course you can put him in pinpoint gear or feral gear but personally I want to get that extra damage, and I just have to take the chance with the sheep, but I do have a way of mitigating that as well. So what does the gear look like? Well, of course, I've got crit damage on the gloves. Throw on some crit damage ascension if you can get it. I've got defense percent on the chest plate. He happens to have an ascension of accuracy. I think defense would probably be a little bit better. Resistance could be a little bit better. Accuracy doesn't technically hurt him, but he doesn't really need it, hopefully. And then I have him, of course, in speed boots, and I've got an ascension of defense 20%. Now you could put him in defense percent boots. That would work. The whole point of this build is that he doesn't need to be particularly fast, but I do like him to go eventually. So I do have him in the speed boots. Now, unfortunately, I only have a 5-star stone skin ring for him, but it's got a triple roll on the defense, so that's still pretty good stats there. And then, of course, I've got crit damage on the amulets, plus an ascension of crit damage. And I've got defense for his banner. Now, you could throw defense on the ascension. I kept the resistance. You can only do so many rerolls, so I just stuck with that. Little stats. I've got him at 54k HP, 6400 defense, 206 speed, and of course he's crit capped with 300% crit damage. Don't worry too much about the resistance, but if you can get it, it doesn't hurt. And the accuracy, you don't really need, assuming that you have him on a team with some other demonspawn members. Hopefully you've got at least one that you can throw with him, especially if you're in live arena. You're probably going to need a couple, or they're going to get banned. So you have to be careful around that. Now, when it comes to relic, Wanda submission works really well with him. Because I don't have the pinpoint gear on him, this is an extra way of just trying to prevent him getting sheeped, because he will get sheeped sometimes. That's just the way, the nature of the beast that he is he's throwing out a lot of HP burns. He can get sheeped. It can absolutely happen, and this is just one way of taking care of that. Now, he only needs 10 books, which isn't too bad for a legendary champion, and he's absolutely worth booking. You want this guy as powerful as possible. He's got a pretty sweet aura. He's got all defense in all battles, or ally defense in all battles by 33%, and ally speed in all battles by 19%, but that only applies to the demonspawn. Incinerate is the best thing for him in my opinion. If you're using him in arena like I am, because it increases the damage inflicted by HP burns. Let's take a quick look at his skills. First of all, the passive is crazy. Whenever an enemy receives a buff or has their turn meter increased, has a 50% chance to place a HP burn debuff on that enemy for 2 turns. And this particular passive skill is kind of what makes him insane. If an enemy already has HP burn debuff, has a 50% chance to instantly activate it instead. If there are multiple champions on the team with the skill, only one will activate. So basically, if you got 2 of these guys in the same team, you're not going to get double damage. But faction ally number 1, HP burn debuffs placed by this skill cannot be resisted or blocked, and that is why you need at least one other demon spawn ally on the team. Faction allies, each time a HP burn debuff activates on an enemy, this champion gains 5% ignore defense, stacks up to 100%, so he hits pretty stinking hard, and places a block revive debuff on enemies killed while under a HP burn debuff. Pretty insane if you can get a good team with 3 demon spawn on them. My team only happens to have 2. Attacks all enemies, places a fear debuff for 2 true. Now for his A3, demolition burn, attacks one enemy 2 times. The damage inflicted by the skill increases by 10% for the turns left remaining of any HP burn debuffs on the enemy team. So if they are burning, they're going to get hit pretty hard. Damage received by this champion is decreased by 50% while the skill is not on cooldown. So that is if you have 1 faction ally. If you got 2, each time HP burn debuff is activated on an enemy, has a 50% chance to decrease this skill's cooldown by 1. And if the target is under a HP burn debuff, if this target is under a HP burn debuff, this attack will ignore stone skin, unkillable, ally protection, block damage, and shield buffs, but you gotta have 3 faction allies. Now his A2 is an AoE attack that places a fear debuff for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted by enemies under HP burn debuff. And his A1, each time this skill is used, permanently increases the damage inflicted by the skill by 10%, stacking up to 100%, has a 50% chance to counterattack with the skill each time an enemy under a HP burn debuff attacks this champion or their allies. He hits hard, and he hits harder when he's got HP burns going on. When it comes to masteries, on the offense, you just want to get some extra damage, work your way down toward Helm Smasher, and this is actually very helpful getting that retribution because he can be taken down. So if you throw in a little counter attack, if he gets hurt a little bit, he can actually smack pretty stinking hard with that counter attack. So that is my build, and I'll go ahead and show you how I use him in Arena. So first of all, I actually only have 2 other members of the Demon Spawn on the team. Of course, I have Carnage, who is technically free, but takes quite a bit of work. You got to be playing the game for quite a long time to be able to get him. But you can get him for free from Curse City, and you can't get him anywhere else. And then Duchess, thankfully, I pulled her a couple months ago. Took me nearly 4 years of playing the game to finally pull my Duchess. And then Fabian, who is an absolute pain in this game. And I'm just going to show you how this team works. I particularly like using this team against any Sephi team because she's going to throw on a lot of buffs, and that's going to work in my favor. So we'll see how this battle goes. This isn't the strongest team in the world. I think we're going to be okay. Obviously, they're going first. This is pretty much go second team, which I kind of depend on. See, he got that counter attack, which is really nice. All right, so we finally get a turn. As you can see, they've already got 3 HP burns on. Plus they got sheeped themselves. Now I'm going to use Fabian's A3. He's going to attack all enemies, and that takes away their skills, which is kind of nice. Fabian he's such a pain. Such a pain to go against. All right, so we're going to protect ourselves here. As you can see, they're almost dead, and my attacking units haven't even gone. We'll go ahead and hit her up with Carnage. And what can we do here? We'll go ahead and hit the A2. Now they still have the Monkey King that we're going to have to take care of because he was sheeped. And can we get rid of him? Easy enough. So not the toughest team. Anytime I see a Pythion, I get excited. Pythion is going to try to do some block debuffs, but the debuffs can't be blocked. So let's see what happens. Okay. Might not matter. All right. We'll go ahead and take care of you. All right. Dude's pretty tough. Duchess is gone. How about this? Okay, look how hard he hit. Pretty good. See, even if you don't get the HP burns, he can still just hit hard. He can still just hit hard. My Duchess desperately needs a soul, but it won't show up in the shop even though I've had her for a couple months. How about Elva? She likes to throw up a lot of buffs. Let's see what we can do against an Elva Autumnborn. Alright, so we've already got an HP burn on our Mons. Unfortunately, we've also been sheeped there. Things happen. Oh, that was a mistake. All right. And we will keep the debuffs. All right. We've got some HP burns going on. Let's see if we can hit them hard. Pretty good. Everybody went down except for Elva, who's just got a tiny bit there. If she goes, she should burn a little. Oh, not quite enough. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Oh, of course, of course. All right. Not that big of a deal. Okay. All right, we're almost there. We will get rid of you. And of course he is feared. We're almost there. Elva just barely hung on. Can we finish them off? Come on. There we go. We're almost there. Come on. And she gets that burn again. Can we do this? Finally. How about we go here? There we go. Sometimes these battles aren't super quick. We've got a insanely strong team here. What if we took down this team? Wouldn't that be crazy? Let's see what we can do against a +4 Duchess. This could be tough. We've got some HP burns going on already. Half their health is gone, and I haven't done anything. That's crazy, right? We'll take their skills away. Except for Duchesses, apparently. Okay, we lost somebody. Let's see if we can get a turn here. It would be nice if we got a chance to go. This is the joy of having a go second team, is sometimes you just gotta wait it out. All right, see what happens here. She's gone, but he's back. All right. Can he wipe him out? Oh, did some kind of weird weak hit on Wukong. Not sure why. Things happen in this game. We just took out a +4 Duchess with Odin. Pretty strong team. Pretty crazy. I don't know how strong this team is. They're a level 80 player, but they got a couple interesting champions on this team. I'm just interested in seeing what happens. I have no idea. What's gonna happen? Oh, they're slow. Take away their skills. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Oh, they gave themselves a bunch of HP burns. We like it. We like it. All right, how about get rid of you? I'll take that. Okay. This just goes to show you that you can buy champions, or you can get lucky, but you still need the gear, and you still need the right matchup. They have 2 mythicals that I don't have, because I only have Lady Mikage and Carnage. Got some nice champions there. They didn't have the gear. Better gear, I'm sure that they wiped me out. There's my Vulkanos Fumor. Amazing champion. You have to build him right, and you have to set him up for success. It's not going to work against every team, but if you get the right conditions, if you go up against a team that likes to throw up a lot of buffs, or likes to throw out a lot of turn meter manipulation, well, he can be the antidote to those teams. Let me know in the comments. Have you pulled this guy? How have you built him? Did you just get him? If you did, congratulations. He's amazing. Hopefully you have the parts around him that are going to make him succeed. And let me know if you do something different with your build than what I did. That's it for today. I'm Weiler Wednesday. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more Rage out of Legends content. See ya!